Is it just me, or are people becoming NPCs unironically? It feels like the more that I'm connected to the internet and internet culture, the more that I get kind of farther and farther away from very human culture and very human behaviors. And it seems as if the internet and social media has, through all these videos that we see and all these algorithms exploiting our our data, it does seem as if people are getting caught in, I guess, this mass psychosis. Many different trends and stuff you see on the internet. You know, it's not all bad, but it's interesting that like TikTok, for example, it's caused a lot of people to do a lot of stupid things. And I'm not like saying it's completely bad, but it's just one of those examples of how internet culture drives people to be very very much cliche versions of who they really are. It's like everybody's trying to play these roles. Everyone's an actor or an actress, you know, and we find through social media other creators who try to play this role, you know, that they're like some person that does this certain thing, and then you feel like, oh, I want to be that person, and so then you become kind of a cliche version of yourself by trying to be somebody else and not yourself authentically. And you know, I just feel like I watch it too in the way that we communicate, especially us younger generations. I see how we aren't able to communicate effectively anymore, you know? Not as well as it used to be. I think the social media and the internet culture, it has fundamentally changed and transformed how people speak to each other and how people communicate, you know? People hide behind screens now. They don't speak to each other so directly. And when you do that, it's like a big deal to them. Like, whoa, man. Like, they get all like, they get their freaking feathers flustered or something, you know? It's ruffled and everything. And it's like, what the hell, man? I just believe in being direct, you know? I mean, I've been caught in those cycles too where you're just like, you know, you want to just text somebody, or you want to just, and I do. I mean, that's the thing. I'm a part of this transformation too. It's like, and I don't like it. I don't like that people can't have, for example, tough conversations anymore, and how we just all settle disputes on email or phone through text or calls or something, instead of just like in person. People don't talk about like uncomfortable things anymore in person. And I notice that's another way in which we're becoming NPCs, because, I mean, authentic people that are original have the ability and capacity to and hold space for difficult conversations, or conversations that might be confronting. But it seems like everybody tries to avoid that. And I don't really understand it. I don't want to understand it. I don't believe it's correct. And maybe I have a very black and white understanding of it, you could say, but I think there is a fundamental healthiness to being able to speak directly to people about how you feel or what you think. And I've noticed with my generation too, and the younger ones, it's like everything's a joke. Everything's ironic. Nothing is taken seriously anymore. And it's part of the internet meme culture and everything. And people are just like, it's like, I guess when a population and a generation is faced with the reality of life being sort of meaningless, based off of all this modern meaningless things that we do, these meaningless jobs and these meaningless tasks that we're forced to do, you know, it seems as if we're losing our way. And because we've lost our way, we just don't take anything seriously anymore. And I like being serious. I like to be funny too. But there's a time and place for everything, right? And I think that, like I'm saying, it just seems like social media has re-engineered people's ability to communicate or something. It's like they can't talk in real life anymore. And it's upsetting, it really is. It's hard not to take it personally sometimes, but I mean, you realize at a certain point that it's not personal, it's a part of the mass psychosis, you know? Jesus, man. And what could we do about it? Well, I think that we just got to be original. You have to be yourself, like, in all its naturalness, you know? Like, you have to be yourself in all of your light and dark qualities. And I've had people that try to teach me that, and that's something I've slowly learned over my own life experience. It's very, very important, because otherwise you're just kind of like, you're just a 1 and a 0. You're just like you're a program. Like in the Matrix movies, they talk about all those people in the Matrix, a lot of them are programs. They're not even real people. It's like, if you have a soul and you know that you have a soul and you know that you're connected to God, that's enough to distinguish you from a lot of these people that seem to be soulless. But I'm not sure that these people are soulless. I think that it's just it's a behavior that we've adopted because we're unable to talk to each other organically and naturally anymore. And everything's a fucking joke, and you know, I think too, people, they don't want to, and I know this might be triggering for some people, and I get it, but it's the truth. You either can handle the truth or you can't. You know, I implore you to get a grip and try to listen to things that are uncomfortable. I think that people need to start reading more books and spending less time on their phone. That's what I think. I've noticed a great clarity within myself when I do this, and you learn more and you become more verbose. You know, your vocabulary expands. You're able to have intellectual conversations, and you actually, through that process, you discover what you believe and what you think, and that's only unique to you, right? Like, we can't all believe and think the same things. And we need that diversity in consciousness in order for that friction to happen, in order for ideas to birth from that friction, sparks to fly, per se. So we need people to be able to think for themselves. But we're seeing with social media that it's just making them like automatons, like they're robotic. And they all believe the same thing because they all listen to the same source of information. They all, yeah, it's just, it's like, it's just upsetting. It's very upsetting. I'll be real with you that it is. It upsets me. You know, I try to, like I said, not take it personally and detach, and I do. But when you really like experience it firsthand, it does upset you, you know. So I just want to encourage you to be yourself more and just, you know, show up in your life who you really are, not as who you think you're supposed to be. Stop playing roles for people and be yourself. And I know it's scary because a lot of that is stuff you avoid, and stop avoiding and trust that process, that things will naturally unfold how they're supposed to when you're yourself.